You know what that sound means? It's another episode of Game for a Movie where we ask, are you game for a movie? My name is Mike. I am joined by
Hey, I'm Zach.
Zach. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing well, buddy. I've been wanting to get you on the show for a long time.
I've been wanting to
Um,
get on the show for a long time, but having kids was a choice I made.
I mean, that's your own fault.
Yes. Hmm.
Um, Before we get into stuff about you, we also need to talk about you have a podcast of your own, don't you?
I do. It's kind of on hiatus, but it's coming back soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still would love to give you a shout out for that.
Yeah. It's called Creatoring, like creator,
Okay.
ing. We
Okay.
talk to folks who create stuff,
Oh, nice.
designers,
Yeah.
animators, filmmakers, video game developers, and just get to know the people behind the creations. Like I know how Unreal Engine works, so
Yeah.
I don't really give a crap about talking about Unreal Engine,
Right.
but I want to know why they wanted to do it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
complete sense. No,
So
I
we
love
dive
that.
into that. Yeah.
No, that's
Thanks.
awesome, dude. You didn't even tell
And
me about that one. I thought last time we talked, you were a part of a podcast that was a different podcast, but I
oh
like
yeah, with
this.
the
Yeah.
Paperback Brigade. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just wrapped that up because we're
Okay.
bringing. It was kind of an in between show. We just
Okay.
talked about books we liked while
Mhm.
we were building up our list of guests for the other show.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
makes sense. So
No, that's
now
awesome.
that's, yeah, we're switching back.
I love it. No, that's fantastic, dude. I didn't even know about this. This is a great
Yeah,
show.
dude. Yeah.
Uh,
Drop the bombs on you. That's what this is
yeah,
about.
right. The normal question I ask somebody that comes on the show: what is the
Mhm.
worst movie you've ever seen?
Oh God.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Uh
I gotta drop it on you. I can't give you a heads up on that.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. I'm just gonna go with my gut, and I've probably seen worse
Mhm.
since then, but Evil Bong is near the top of that
Evil
list.
Bong. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, yeah,
Next
yeah.
next year at Halloween, I think we're gonna do episodes on like weird killers, like
Hmm.
Evil Bong. We might
Uh,
have to do Rubber finally.
See, okay, I liked Rubber though. Like Rubber at least has a story and a point.
It's
Evil
weird
Bong for
because
yeah,
there's so many people that either are one side of love it or one side of absolutely hated it. So
yeah.
that's more so why I want to do it. I want to get a group together to watch that one. But
I could definitely fall on the love side. The
yeah,
idea of a horror movie whose central premise and one of the villains is the people watching the movie
okay,
is at
yeah.
least an interesting concept versus a demonic bong who has a strip club inside of it that like eats your soul over time.
God.
So
We might kick this off early as well with Thanksgiving this year.
Thanksgiving, I'm on board. And then Eli Roth's Thanksgiving next year.
Thanksgiving, yes, it's coming. Well, we've got a bad movie that we are going to talk about, but first we got to talk about what we are
Mhm.
drinking. I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah. So I'm going seasonal.
Okay.
Um, I got a hot cocoa with marshmallows in it, Mike. That's where I'm at this afternoon.
I love it though. That's great.
Yeah.
I am rocking a 90-minute IPA from
Oh,
Dogfish Head. It
now
is
you like Dogfish Head, right? You talk
yes, I
about
do.
them a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially they're 120-minute. I couldn't find that. That's phenomenal.
Mhm.
But they're 90 minutes pretty good. I found it in the store in the special edition section, and
Okay.
I got it
Is it a
probably.
seasonal drink or
I guess so. I don't know. They release it weird times, I feel like.
okay?
I will say it's more built for fall than summer. Like you don't want a 90-minute IPA during the summer.
Sure.
But it's the fact that I got it probably 2 days ago and 4 of the 6 bottles are gone already says
Yeah.
what it needs to say about that.
Totally. Cool.
I will say I wish I was a little drunker for this movie that we
Oh
watched.
God. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so just to part the curtain a little bit, I finished this movie about 10 minutes ago. And my wife and I watched it.
Oh my God, you got her to watch it with
She
you.
watched it with me. Yeah. She was working on other stuff and
Yeah.
playing video games, but she was watching it with me, and I hadn't seen it since like 2000.
I never saw it before last night.
Yeah.
I watched it last night. Yeah, that
It's a
was
movie.
it's a
Okay,
movie.
so hey, I got a list. Do you like CGI babies? Do
Uh
you like
oh for
CGI
1.
griffins? Do
Oh for
you
2.
like movies where the only colors are black, maroon, and brown?
Okay with that one. So I'll say 1 for 3.
Do you like gratuitous shots of Catherine Zeta Jones that could have only come out in the 90s?
Yes, 2 of 4.
Then I've got a movie for you.
I'm halfway on that list. I even
John
included a note.
DeBont, he
Yes.
he knocked it out of the park. This is the most DeBont movie ever.
Yeah. This movie is The Haunting from 1999. I have to clarify that because there's like 14 Haunting movies. If you look up
Yeah.
The Haunting on Rotten Tomatoes to try to find the score, which I did when I first heard about this movie, I had to go through 7 pages to get to this one.
And you asked me to watch the only bad one on that list.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
this is the only.
This is
I
what we
didn't
do.
realize. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to the show. This is what we talk about.
I've listened so much, and I didn't realize on the other side that it would be this, but it
Yeah.
is. We're here.
Yeah.
This
We're
movie
here.
had so much potential. Okay, I love
Mhm.
Mike Flanagan.
Yes.
Pretty much everything Mike Flanagan does.
Yep.
The Haunting of Hill House
Yep. This is
was.
the
This
worst
is not
version.
that.
This is the
This is
worst
not
version of The Haunting of Hill House.
Even the 1963 version is
Yep.
supposed to be a masterpiece. I have to go find that after this.
Yeah, right. Just to get like just to cleanse the palate a little bit, like to find the
Yeah.
1963 one. Is that the one? I gotta look it up now, but is that the one with Vincent Price? No.
No, okay, so now we're going down that route. That's the house on Haunted Hill,
That's okay. Yep. Yep.
which, being a film nerd, I also dove into that this morning.
Yeah. As you should.
So, The Haunting of Hill House is based on a Shirley Jackson novel that came out in 1959.
Okay.
The House on Haunted Hill, Vincent Price classic screenplay came out in 1959 also.
Okay.
So they came out completely independent of each other.
Got it. Okay.
Very similar. I mean, the
Yeah.
titles is spooky how, and just to make it even more complicated, the remake of The Haunting
Yes.
and the remake of The House on Haunted Hill both came out in 1999.
God.
So just made it even more complicated. And
Why do we have to make it confusing?
did you? I didn't know this. This was incredible and made me sad the entire time. During The Haunting 1999's development,
Mhm.
well, the development began as a collaboration between Stephen King and Steven Spielberg, with Stephen King writing the screenplay.
I want that
They-
movie.
I want that movie so bad. And then sometime there's a universe that got that movie, and we got this.
And we got this.
I don't know what happened, but there was a fallout between King and Spielberg.
Mhm.
And Stephen King took his screenplay and went home and he like reworked it and made Rose Red out of it. I don't know if you've
okay.
seen that miniseries.
I haven't seen that miniseries, but I have heard of it.
It was his reworking. And then Spielberg got pissed off and was like, I'm gonna get David Self to do this. And he produced it and wrote it, I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, I had no clue about that. I really want that movie instead.
And
But
then
we
I
watched
almost-
this
yeah.
one. We watched this one that had the cast list is another reason why this one was chosen for
Oh,
this
man.
month. We've got
So
Liam
sad.
Neeson. Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, Lily Taylor, Bruce Dern, Virginia Madsen, Marianne Seldes.
Wow.
Wow. And MC Gainey too, by the way, which I didn't
yeah.
actually see what he was large guy, and I don't remember seeing his part, but
I think he's the CGI
he's got to be
monster
right.
at the end. Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking, but large guy didn't do anything to give me any
Yeah.
hints. And they had somebody as Hugh Crane.
Mhm.
So for the portrait, but MC Gainey was just
yeah.
large guy. So that's why I was
Large.
wondering if that was him or if they actually got Charles Gunning, who doesn't have a picture on IMDb, to be Hugh Crane. I don't know. But we're getting ahead of ourselves on this one.
Yeah.
So normal thing, basically, it's a haunted house movie.
Yeah.
That's generic what it is. Liam Neeson gets these people here saying it's a study on insomnia. He has ulterior motives. It's a study on fear. And that's how our characters meet. There also is Mary and Todd, who I love that they disappear immediately.
Oh, the sister and brother-in-law.
The assistant and
Oh
Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah,
them too.
yeah.
Them
Yeah,
too. But the assistant and
right.
Todd who show up for this test, and immediately the assistant's talking about like how scary this place is, and
Yeah.
a piano wire snaps and hits her across the eye.
Well, that's what the makeup is. I still don't understand how the hit and what was left. And then like um Nell, Lily Taylor
Mhm.
takes a glass and puts it on her eye. She's like, "This will keep the blood out." And I was
This
like, "Why not just close your eye?"
just get like a paper towel. Why are we using the
Paper towel.
glass?
Yeah, here, hold this cup against your eye for the next hour as
And
you
I
drive to
also
the hospital.
I will say like what also made me laugh is so there's the Dudleys are the housekeepers.
Yes.
I love the fact that they're sarcastic as fuck and like they say basically over and over, no one's going to help you if you need help. This
We're
happens at
nine
night.
miles away. Yeah.
Yeah, this happens at night. They padlock the place at night, yet somehow they're able to get Todd and Mary out of there to get her to the hospital.
I didn't. Okay, that's
Uh,
a good point. Also, is this one night?
the movie or this
Yeah.
part?
Like, is does the movie take place in one night?
No, it's a couple nights
Okay.
because they go to
We
sleep
only
like
see
four
but
times.
we only see the Dudleys twice.
Yes, we only see
See,
the
I was
Dudleys
thinking,
twice.
yeah. Did they fall asleep four times, or did they keep trying to go back to sleep because none of them can sleep?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, because when the only reason I say it was multiple nights is because there's the one part where she sees the thing in the fireplace, and she was doing the test, and it was like light out.
Mhm.
This was during the day, I think. I think.
Okay.
You know what? I could be wrong because you bring up a good point.
It is not clear
Yeah.
at all. Either way is a completely valid way of seeing it.
The
It's
the only
just, it
thing I'll
doesn't
say
feel
too
clear.
is they changed
Yeah.
costumes.
Okay. So I think, yeah, just
So
based on Catherine Zeta Jones' costume changes,
yeah.
there is a universe where Theo changes outfits every 10 minutes
Yeah.
just because,
Yes. Her name's
but
Theo. Oh my
multiple
god.
nights makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I think it was multiple nights.
Okay.
Um, but I
But we
see
only see the Dudleys twice when they get
right.
there and then when they come and like make fun of them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I definitely could see how you'd say it's one night because I get that.
Mhm.
Um, the Dudleys were also my favorite character. I love the fact that they were just like sarcastic as fuck, like just absolutely
Listener,
just
I just want listener, just take that part. If you haven't seen this movie yet, Mike's favorite two characters, other people that are on screen combined, what, a minute, 20 seconds?
I think it's
Minute
less.
10, minute 30 tops.
Yeah, right. I think it's
Yeah.
less, it feels like. But yeah,
Of this
those
114-minute movie. Those
yeah,
are your favorite characters.
those are my favorite characters. And this is a
Mine is
movie that
probably, yeah, go ahead.
oh no, this is a movie that has Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta Jones, Lili Taylor, and Owen Wilson, and these two are my favorite characters.
I think Richie might be my favorite character.
Gee.
Her nephew that she does not, that Nell does not like.
And he's there for what, 5 seconds?
At least, and all he does is hit the wall and like pretend to be her dead great grandma. Is terrible.
He's a little shit.
He's such a little shit. He's like knocking. I said toys, knocking ceramic figures off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Yep.
that person's only acting credit, by the way.
I believe that actually. At this
Like,
point,
not
also
doing that again.
at this point, also when they're like walking around the house and everything, what I've said is I can already guarantee there's going to be an old clock chiming jump scare.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed we didn't have one. I thought I nailed it. I was like, I thought I nailed it.
That's about the only one that didn't happen. We got
Yeah,
loud
right.
fireplaces. We've got talking paintings. We've got,
Ghost
I
babies.
think, what are supposed to be children's ghosts
Yeah.
coming in and out of drapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That crawl into bed with her.
We have carnival music for some reason.
The one room that was like the carnival room that spun around and everything. I also
Mhm.
thought that was going to have more of a use. That was used twice
Yeah.
to show the room, and then once where she was just like, okay, cool, I'm in this room again.
Wouldn't it be scary if you were pregnant? Yeah. And then run out.
Yes. I forgot
was-
she was pregnant in
Yeah.
the mirror. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yeah. Well, she's not pregnant. And then it's one of those, I don't know. I guess they put like a, for like a hot air balloon
Yeah.
inside it, something that expands.
It was definitely a
Like,
practical effect versus CGI.
I didn't even know that was a fear she had.
Yeah.
But when all of a sudden she saw she was pregnant, she runs out of the room screaming. Oh boy.
Yeah. We
And
already this movie. The creepy child ghost that says find us.
mhm,
So that's part of the thing too, is they keep going to Eleanor/Nell. I'm going to use both names because I wrote down in my notes Eleanor, sometimes Nell.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, they go back and forth completely
yeah.
on whim.
Yep.
No logic or thought put behind it.
Her friends call her Nell, but Dr. Morrow calls her Eleanor, and then the
Yeah.
kids call her Eleanor, but Theo calls her Nell, and then Owen Wilson goes back and forth.
I just started calling her Lily Taylor
Lily
at
Taylor.
one point in the movie. Yeah.
But basically the idea is that she needs to find the bones of these kids
Hmm.
and kind of save them. And we don't know what she's saving them from at some points. And I also commented the fact that sometimes she's like really scared in these scenes, and sometimes
Yep.
she's like laughing and like, oh, I've got to find them. Oh, I've got to
It's
do
kind of,
this.
and then again, switches on like a
Mm-hmm.
dime.
Yep.
Is this after she finds the bones in the fireplace? Where she
I
goes back
believe
to her
so.
room? Yeah.
I
Okay.
believe so.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And then she goes back to her room. Then
Yeah.
the bloody footprints lead her to a bookcase or
Yep.
bookshelf. She opens it. Oh no, it's Hugh Crane's like
Secret
study.
ledgers.
Yeah, because murderers usually keep like track of all the kids they kill. So she finds proof that he's murdered all these kids and goes back to her room, and she looks at where she's seen these children's ghosts before and says, I'm ready to talk. And then sits down. And then they
Mm-hmm.
talk to her and she gets freaked out. Like,
Yes.
pick a
Yeah.
lane, Nell. Like,
She,
figure out what you want to do.
she was so excited to talk to them, and then when they started talking to her, she's like, fuck no, I'm out.
Yeah. Not today, Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. I do love
You would,
that the ledger included like the ages of the kids too. Like
yeah. 10, dead.
dead. 11, 12, 12, 12.
Do we know? Obviously, the implication is that he killed these children.
Yes.
Um, do we know why?
No.
His wife wanted kids and kept
Mhm.
having miscarriages, which is devastating.
Yes. And the reason why she ended up killing herself.
Killing herself for yeah. But do we know, like, what is the impetus from that to bringing home kids from the factories you run and killing them?
And like I understand he wanted to fill the house with kids is what the thing was. Like he kept building because he kept like wanting to they were talking about he kept building the house because he wanted this huge family and everything. And it makes sense that he would adopt these kids if he wants to fill the house with kids and everything like that. I no clue why he started killing them.
He wants an eternal family or something.
I guess,
I think is what she says. Yeah.
I guess, but still, like, how did you know they were going to be ghosts? You just assumed that they were going to become ghosts?
Yeah. What do you know?
Yeah, right. I also love the town's 9 miles away, and they were talking about how sometimes at the house you hear children, and nobody goes to the house. Nobody goes close to the house. How do you hear the children 9 miles away?
Yeah. Are they? Yeah. Maybe we're talking about an estate haunting. As long as they stay inside the fence, they can haunt whoever they want to.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
did you talk about the carpet yet?
I did not talk about the carpet yet.
All right, we're not there yet. Okay.
We're not there yet, and more so, it's so good. Where was it at?
We also haven't mentioned the slow motion yet. Just the absurd use of slow motion in this movie. There's a big part towards the end, but it feels like they just mistimed the shoot and they just had to stretch it out. It doesn't serve any purpose to the story or building dramatic.
This movie needs to be 2 hours. We've got an hour 45. Let's just throw some slow-mo in there. Like
yeah.
the one part I was going to say, so she starts seeing things like the kids and everything like that. She starts hearing things, and she sees.
Can we, real quick, before you nail down on that,
Yep.
because we've said that a couple times at this point,
Mhm.
she sees quote unquote kids.
Yes.
These ghosts are awful. The
Yeah.
CGI on these,
Yes.
there's no emotion. It's not even to the point of uncanny valley worrying about it.
Right.
Do you ever see like early releases of Cat? When did Casper come out? Like 4 years before this?
Casper was 96, I'd like to say.
Okay, so 4 years before this.
Yeah.
And it was so much better than this.
Yeah.
It actually had emotion. These are just like dolls or.
And like, I try not to, when a movie's older, I try not to hold CGI against it because let's just face it's limitations of the time. But you're exactly right. Better movies have come out with CGI.
At this time, before this.
Yeah, right.
And Jurassic Park was 4 years before this.
Yes. Yes. And that's exactly it. It's you can hold it against a movie when you have a precedence that there's better CGI out there. And this CGI was terrible. The Griffins at the end, and I'm jumping all over the place, but I just want to talk about the Griffins because of the CGI.
The Griffins.
They're shiny. Like they're you know, it's obviously not there. And it stands out hugely against the background and everything like that. I definitely included several times bad CGI ghosts, bad CGI this, bad CGI that. And like I said, I try not to hold it against this movie, but that's what when there's something better, there's a better precedence before this, you can hold it against it.
Yeah. All right, I derailed you. Get back to what you're saying.
So she's been seeing these things and everything like that. So one of the things she sees is the woman hanging. And this comes back into play because when she finally kind of snaps, she goes up there and is ready to jump to be with the children and save them.
Yeah.
Essentially an eternal figure. Again, we don't know at this point. At least I don't think so. Maybe we do. I didn't include a note if we do. We don't know at this point why she feels this connection with these kids, but she feels this connection with these kids. And
no, we don't know. Yeah. We do not know who she is in relation to these kids yet.
Right. All right. We need to take a quick break and give a shout out to our friend that got the bad movie correct. Someone on X, it's at I Don't Know Man Pod on X/Twitter/ whatever the fuck we're calling it. I Don't Know Man Podcast. He says it's a little weird, but aren't we all? It's totally okay. At the worst, follow him on Twitter because I can guarantee you're going to learn a lot about movies. One of my favorite that just recently followed us. So definitely enjoy at I Don't Know Man Pod on X/Twitter and check out the I Don't Know Man Podcast wherever you find your podcasts. Now back to the movie. Dr. Morrow climbs up the stairs that are falling down around him because, and I don't get this either. Why is the ghost of Crane trying to stop Morrow? So like he's trying to stop Morrow from saving Nell, who is trying to kill herself to save the children from Crane.
Which would, yeah.
What's your purpose?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get why he's stopping her or stopping him, because if he saves her, guess what? She's not dead. She's not trying to save the children. Could she do more alive? I guess. No,
not really, because we get to see her do it in a little bit.
Right.
Not much.
And so I made a note of that, as well as from the back pocket of Dr. Morrow fell his cell telephone.
Cell telephone. He did call it that, didn't he?
He called it the cell telephone.
And it was a candy bar phone. Yes. Like I didn't have a Nokia at that point, but I think my mom did. Those things were solid.
Yeah.
A 15-foot drop would not make it shatter.
Right. And I was going to say, how far was he going to fall? Like, he would have been fine.
Yeah, and once like the stairs had fallen, it would have hurt. It would have sucked, for sure. But you would not have died from that.
Unless you fell and like broke your spine or something like that, like landed awkwardly on the stairs.
Spear went like up.
Yeah. But if you just fall from that, which I think you would have. I think you could have honestly, the way he was hanging on, he could have just jumped and been fine.
Yeah.
Maybe twisted an ankle, and then you get the horror trope of run away from the ghost.
Oh man. Yeah. So Crane is operating from against his best interest
Yep.
for the first of many times.
Yes.
I don't know what he's doing at all.
He has no motive at this point. Like, it's just his motives all over the place. He can't figure out why to do it.
Why can he not come through the window in her room until she shatters it, but he can go anywhere else in the house she wants to?
Yes.
He wants to.
Yes. I didn't even think about that, but you're exactly right. Because the ghost
he can't
was
get
able
to the
to go in the
window,
room.
but he changes the room shape.
Yep.
Many times.
Also, the spikes over the bed.
Oh,
why?
So good. Yeah.
Like, why is that a thing in general? But then the spider limbs that kind of come down and like hold her down.
Yeah.
I'm
While
also
the scary children ghosts are yelling at her, like, guys, you're not helping right now. What are you doing?
You're making this worse, kids.
Yeah.
The way they pinned her to the bed, I think she could have gotten out of there.
Okay. Now we're talking about the bed and the settings and everything.
Yeah.
There was a really good movie about 3 inches underneath the surface of this movie.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely.
It never quite makes it out, but it was there.
So
it could have been. Yeah.
I'll also say, does it hurt that this was PG-13?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
I agree completely, because I think they could have gotten a lot darker, a lot worse if this was R. And let's face it, we had 2 people of bloodshed, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We had no cannon fodder, as is one of my favorite terms.
Yeah.
And like in a horror movie, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Let's face it. You want some despicable characters to get theirs.
Yeah. Not Owen Wilson.
Not Owen Wilson.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Wow.
Let's talk about Owen Wilson and
his
death scene, the magic carpet of death.
I love that name.
Oh, it's so good. We addressed earlier the fireplace and everything.
Yeah.
And in the movie, we also saw the fireplace. There's a giant flue that comes like across, and it almost hits Dr. Morrow and Owen Wilson. I can't remember. Luke. That's it.
Yeah.
Because Luke Wilson. That's why yeah. So Luke and Dr. Morrow are in the fireplace trying to examine what Nell saw, and this giant flue comes across. And we've addressed this earlier in the movie. Now we're later in the movie, and Luke kind of loses it and starts hitting at the crane painting with a candlestick. He's going full Clue mode.
What is he doing? I
don't know.
You son of a bitch. And he's just hitting the picture. Oh,
it destroys the portrait.
It scratches the first time, Mike, before he rips it.
Yeah.
And then he just turns around and kind of just hops off the thing.
Well, Nell convinces him like stop, and he's just like, okay, fine, and jumps off. But
I mean, they had just seen like the destruction of the house. It's okay, keep going. That was nuts.
Well, then he ends up on this carpet that suddenly pulls him, and he's like way ahead of everybody, and Nell's just yelling, no, and he gets slid off of the carpet into the fireplace.
30-40 feet.
30-40 feet easily. Yes, exactly. He gets launched, like absolutely launched. So he's in the fireplace, and Nell's just like, get out of the fireplace. Slow motion, the flue comes and beheads him.
And it's shaped like a dragon or a lion or that kind of.
I think a lion, but it could be either. It's an animal of some variety, and its mouth is what catches his head.
Mm-hmm. And then it dumps out, and that's where an R could have gotten us something, because maybe we would have seen the head rolling, or and just while it's rolling, it just goes wow, like with the last gasp of air as it's escaping. Wow, but we don't get that because it's PG-13.
Right, exactly. I would have loved that.
Yeah, and
I was laughing my ass off at that scene though. As soon as I saw it, I needed to share with Claire, and I showed her that, and she
yeah.
actually regretted not watching the movie because she felt like she would laugh at it.
That's
Uh,
that's the one right there. That scene.
that was the
If that
scene.
doesn't get you, what are you even watching that for?
Yeah, exactly. That is the one scene that might have saved this movie for me because
Mhm.
I'm going to probably give it a scathing number.
Yeah,
This number could have been worse. The beheading magic carpet of death might have given it a higher
brought you
number.
back. Oh,
But yeah, so then the house is just going off trying to kill everybody,
everybody.
and the
Yeah.
kids are just like, go to the doors, go to the doors. There's these doors that are
Which is
painted.
okay. Hold on.
No, yeah, go ahead.
The kids are like, leave, leave, leave.
Yeah,
After telling her to come back 3 times at this point, I think.
yeah.
She's at the car. Come back, Eleanor. And she does. And now they're like, get out.
Get
This
out,
is like
leave.
yeah,
Yeah,
we're like in Poltergeist. Like, don't go towards the light.
yeah,
No,
right.
go towards the light. Like, make your mind up.
That was a good
Yeah.
poltergeist voice.
Thank you. I love that movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's a much better movie. Watch that instead.
So much better. Yes, please.
If you want a haunted
Yeah.
house movie, watch that. Honestly, I'd rather watch Scary Movie 2 than this.
Oh, I've got so like even we have okay, so we've been kind of jumping back and forth between the
Yeah,
story and then the production. What the hell was up with the set design? What were they
yeah,
going for? Because you've got uh all over the place. There's Egyptian iconography, Ramses, and
yep,
different Anubis, different gods all
yep,
over the place.
hmm
Then switch. Now you've got Greek gods all over the place with the
hmm
griffins and some rams and stuff.
yep,
There's even some like Chinese
yeah,
stuff like in that room they go into. There's terracotta soldiers,
yeah.
and was there a point behind it? Oh, there was fucking leprechauns or something. Okay?
Okay,
The room.
I usually catch leprechauns because of my complexion and
Yeah,
my
maybe
hair
they weren't
color.
leprechauns. Maybe it was like, but it felt like leprechauns or like fey folk. The
Yeah,
big
okay.
room where Nell gets punched in the gut by the door.
Oh,
On
yeah.
either side of it, they're like pointing at each other. They look like little Irish, like I'm just
I
gonna
said
Irish
it's the
Vikings. Yeah.
I said it's the labyrinth door. Like one of us always lies, one of us always
Yes.
tells the truth.
Yeah.
Like point at each other.
Okay, so we're all of these different like societies and religions were they all
Different
there
lore
for a
and everything.
point, or did the set designer just go to Home Goods and that's what they had on sale for
That's
that day?
that's just what they got.
Because that
That's what it
sounds
was.
like just walking through TJ Maxx or
Well,
Ross
like
feels like.
some of it I took as just Crane was building this house because he
Mhm.
like became a recluse when he was at his old age and just basically like rebuilt the house every couple of months or so. And I took
Right.
some of that as just okay, this is just a different style for this area. I didn't even think about it. It's the fact that it's different lore and different religions, different everything like that. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that. And you're exactly right. They just kind of said, cool, throw it in there, make it a
Because
house.
again, in the story
Mhm,
of this world that they want us to buy into and suspend our disbelief to get into,
mhm.
this man keeps building the house because he wants to have more kids in it.
Yep.
Now dead children, but before living children.
Mhm.
So let's just make a door that's a whole motif of the 9 layers of hell and purgatory and put
Yep.
that in a part. Kids
Right.
love that shit.
Kids are
Let's
all
do
over
that.
that shit.
Yeah.
And this is the door that Nell needs to get Hugh Crane to,
Yes.
because this is the one that if she can get him into those doors, that drags him
Yeah.
to hell.
No, you mean into the door, not through the doors,
Not through the door, into the
the
door,
actual motif carving itself.
which
The
she
thing that
also
he
goes
had.
into too. I also
Why?
there was a throwaway line at the beginning
Why is it that? Yeah.
that also made me laugh. So this is in the beginning, she was talking about the door and she was like, this is purgatory and then this is the way to hell and everything like that. And she goes, I spent 11 years in purgatory. What? What was that?
It threw me too.
I knew.
Oh, you mean because you had to take care of your grandma? Got it. You were talking
Yeah,
about living with
right.
your mom, but
Yeah, exactly. That was
what?
purgatory. Yeah.
Caught
They
between the living and the okay. All
But
right, kiddo.
like in the beginning of the film, they didn't address that she had taken care of her mom or anything like that, but it was just
Mhm.
she lived in purgatory for 11 years. Okay.
Sometimes I was watching this and I
Mhm.
was just like, I think M. Night Shyamalan watched this movie and was just like, yeah, these are all great notes. I love the acting in this, and just wrote it down as like, this is how I want everyone in my movies to act all the
All
time.
the time. Every single
Because
time.
Lili Taylor whispers all of her most dramatic lines.
Mm-hmm.
She under emotes
Yep.
and um, barely talks above a whisper if she moves at all.
Right. Yep.
And this
And
is
this is
Lili Taylor. She's an incredible actress.
this is
This
why
is
she's fourth on the IMDb list. Which that threw me too, that
oh,
she was the main character. I'm like, oh, I totally thought Catherine Zeta Jones was going to be the main character. The
yeah.
way they laid everything out on the IMDb page, but
Well, I guess in 1999, what
Lily
else was
Taylor.
Lili Taylor? Yeah, what else was she?
Um, let's
Well, you look
see.
that up. I'll go ahead and tell you the accolades that this movie was nominated for:
Oh, I'm
the
excited.
Golden Razzies,
Yes.
Worst
As
Picture,
okay.
Worst Director,
Yep.
Worst Actress with Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Wow. Okay.
Worst Screenplay,
Yep.
and Worst Screen Couple: Lili Taylor, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
She was in 2 episodes of Mad About You,
Okay.
1 episode of the X Files.
All right. I guess I'm
Um,
just mostly thinking of The Conjuring. She was great in The Conjuring.
she
And
was in,
Perry Mason. She was, but those are all after 1999,
yeah,
obviously.
that's the thing. She was in Rudy in
Oh,
1993.
word. All right.
Yeah. I mean, she's
So she
been
just
in a
loves
lot of
act.
stuff. She was
She
in
loves
Born.
acting.
Okay, yeah. So here we go. She was in She's Having a Baby, Mystic Pizza, Say Anything, Born on the 4th of
Okay.
July. But these are in like the 80s.
Hmm.
And then after that, she just goes through like besides Rudy, the rest of these movies, I'm like, I don't know these movies. And then I Shot Andy Warhol. Okay.
All right.
Um, couple TV shows, and then the year before to the year after. So
Hmm.
98, she was in Pecker.
Okay.
99, A Slipping Down Life. 99, The Haunting. And then 2000, High Fidelity.
All right. So 2000 begins the upswing again,
Yes. So she was like, yeah, she was in between at this point.
which Pecker wasn't a bad movie. I only laughed because I was 13 or 14 when that came out. And I just remember seeing Pecker and thinking it was really funny.
As
But
you do.
it's a late John Waters movie. So
Yeah.
it's not the worst thing.
No, there's definitely worse things.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to see what else. Leatherface, The Nun.
Yeah.
Um,
See, now she's fully in the Conjuring universe, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, and she was also in American Crime, 21 episodes of American Crime,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and the Maze Runner series.
But see, all that, she's a great actress.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
And
there's
this
no
one,
question she's a
yeah.
great actress.
But they were
Um,
just like, all of your instincts and all of your skills you've learned, let's just get rid of those.
just no, you're gonna do
Whisper
it this
everything.
way
Yeah.
because it's more scary when you
Right.
whisper everything. God, it keeps reminding me of The Silence.
Yeah.
That this month began with The Silence and how they
Mhm.
whisper talk everything while they're also sign languaging. So everything gets brought back.
Do you
But
also get Bruce Dern mixed up with Gary Busey, or is that just me?
I think that's just you.
Okay. Anytime Bruce Dern, like when he first pops on screen, I'm like, Gary Busey's in this.
Gary Busey.
Oh no, that's Bruce Dern.
I mean, I see how you get there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's the smile in the hair, I think.
yeah, the smile is definitely, yeah, I get you on that. I forgot he was in Nebraska. And he
Yeah.
was the big part of Nebraska, but I just forgot that. Yeah, that's another big name that was only a minute and a half of screen time, as we said before. But yeah,
Can you
so
was Bruce Dern on the poster? Where is he at on the lineup?
he is fifth.
Okay.
He's fifth in the lineup, right behind Lily Taylor. Yeah.
Uh this movie
Mm-hmm.
made
Not enough.
$177 million worldwide.
that scares me a little bit.
I had the
177.
budget pulled up before I lost. Where did it go? Budget 80 million. So it did not do bad. 180 million rounded up to against an $80 million budget.
That's pretty good. God damn, that's nuts. Opening weekend 33 mil. It almost made its money. Not almost. I guess there's 50 mils
Yeah,
behind.
but 50. That's not.
That's nothing to spit about, you know.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg was not upset about DreamWorks making that money.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Any other points that were big for you?
Well, the funny thing is, at one point during the movie, I literally wrote, so the movie was a fake insomnia, like sleep deprivation thing. And I said, that's really apropos because I'm falling asleep while watching this.
Yes.
That was the one note I was like, I need to get that in. There's the paint on, or the paint blood, whatever, on the painting that said, "Welcome home, Eleanor."
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I think, you know what? That's why it was multiple days, is because that paint disappeared. And
oh, yeah. He
Dr.
even
Morrow
says Mr.
said,
Dudley. Yeah.
yeah. So we just didn't
Good
see
point.
them, but they were back.
You could only, they had Bruce Dern for a day, Mike. He
Not
was like,
even.
I could give you 6 hours.
Yep.
And they were like, all right, come at 4:00. They shot the morning shot at 4:30. They shot the night shot at 7. Bruce Dern did not come back.
Nope. He's just like, I'm done. See you. Good movie. Pay me my residuals.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh, that's exactly it. Like, I want to see what Bruce Dern was doing that he would have been so busy that he couldn't have done the rest of this movie. He was in
literally
the Burbs.
anything else. Yeah.
The Burbs was 89. So there was that. That's
he
definitely
probably did. He could have done a con that weekend just talking about the Burbs.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
Would have been a better, more fun for him.
Can't be in this movie. I got a Comic-Con to go to.
Oh, we didn't even talk. We didn't finish going over the synopsis. So I made the joke earlier about everything being black, maroon, or brown, and that's 100% true. Huh?
Small Soldiers, by the way.
Oh,
just because that makes me happy. That was in 98.
Nell.
Yes.
She's in all white. Everything else totally bland and like hidden. But just in case, you know, like who's the hero and the savior?
Who's the hero of this film?
Yeah, probably the lady wearing all white.
And then Dr. Morrow was in all dark colors. I do agree with that. Luke was in blue at one point. I will say.
I don't think there was anything to that. I think they didn't have anything that fit him. Yeah, it's just what he wore that day. And she gets him into the door. Wear? Todd. Oh, was he in a suit?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just found it funny that he was there for all of 30 seconds and then he was gone. Hey, this is Todd.
I feel like he was supposed to be the control person of the group.
Yeah,
because he gave him the test and stuff, and then he just noped out.
Yeah,
took her to the hospital.
Well, and like the fact that he was the one trusted to take her to the hospital also says like they had a working relationship. I think
some connection.
Yeah, exactly.
And we never hear if she was okay or not.
No, anyway, just assume she has her eye still.
Nell beats Crane, and her great grandma's soul comes out of her body, and that's the end of it. That's it.
And the only ones at the door to greet the Dudleys are Dr. Morrow and Theo.
Oh, the Dudleys give no shits that the other two people are not there.
They just knew it was going to happen. They're like, oh, okay, cool. We got to clean up some blood, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fade to black, carnival music, credits start. And my wife just went, what the fuck is that?
Fucking carnival music.
Because they why? She just died like Jesus. And I mean, like, not in any kind of sense. They beat you over the head with that. She's full T pose mode.
Oh, definitely.
Being lowered by angels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's long gone in the Jesus pose because she saved the children. From
that was her great grandma's soul in her body, right?
Sure.
Was she just possessed or?
I don't know. I really
go back at that point. And there's a scene earlier when Nell's beginning to crack or whatever is happening. She's running around looking in mirrors and she's like, that's not me. And she's turning into someone else. I swear the last face she is Tobey Maguire's face from 1999.
I need to
I'll
look
have to grab
again.
a screenshot and send it to you. I was like, I don't know who they were going for, but that's Tobey Maguire.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's The Haunting, 1999. Don't watch it. There's better. So you know how we do this: 1 through 5,
Mhm.
or well, really 0 through 5, and you give it a weird rating, not like a star.
Yeah.
What would you give this?
2.5 costume changes.
2.5. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go very different. And remember, I said the beheading saved it a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
going 0.5.
0.5. Yeah. I get just for that scene alone. I think there's a little redemption in the cinematography is great.
Yes,
Like
I
I
do
think
like
the
the
set I
cinematography.
think the set is beautiful.
Yep, even though
And
it's weird, but yes.
there's enough of Shirley Jackson's original incredible story left that
Mhm.
I think you can there's a little there, but the acting and the directing just kind of
Yeah,
ruin all of it. Go read
yeah.
the book. Like spend a couple hours. It's not a big book. Go read the
Yeah.
book instead.
Yeah, I'm giving it 0.5 out of 5
Mhm.
children ghost faces.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that was
I'll change my 2.5 Prada boots.
Prada boots
Yeah.
from
Milan,
from
not New York.
Milan, not New
Yeah.
York. Yeah, exactly. I wonder why she won worst actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's A Haunting. What else you got, Zach? You got anything else?
Uh no, not right now. Like the podcast is coming back next year. Go read the book.
Go read the
Or
book.
or watch the Flanagan on Netflix.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Always watch Flanagan on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me want to go watch Hush now.
Yeah,
I
there you
love that
go.
movie, dude. I
So
love
good.
that movie. So
Dude, Mike, thanks for having me.
you
That was a
got it.
blast.
Happy Halloween, buddy. Happy
Happy
Halloween to
Halloween.
everybody. Yeah. This is gonna release on Halloween since
Oh,
it
make
is
sure
Halloween.
do not blow your jack-o'-lanterns out until tomorrow,
Yes.
unless you don't want Sam to be mad at you.
Don't be mad, Sam. We're not taking out our stakes or our decorations or anything. So
No.
yeah. So happy Halloween, everyone. Trick or treat. You've been listening to Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie? I've been Mike. He's been.
Zach.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.